Chosen ones, this might be the last time God warns you. His voice is calling, and He's pleading with you not to walk away again. You're standing at a crossroads, a moment where the heavens are aligning to shift your life forever. Something divine is stirring, a message so urgent it can't be ignored. God has seen your struggles, your doubts, your moments of turning back, but He's still here, reaching out with a promise of transformation. This isn't just another day. It's a divine appointment, a chance to step into the life He's always meant for you. Your heart already knows this truth. You've felt the pull, the quiet whisper that says you're meant for more. God's warning isn't about fear, it's about love. It's His way of saying, I see you, I choose you, and I'm not giving up on you. But this moment, it's sacred, it's fleeting. The gates of opportunity are swinging open, and if you walk away now, you might miss what's been prepared for you since the beginning of time. Pause right now, take a deep breath, and let this sink in. You are a chosen one, hand-picked for a purpose that's bigger than you can imagine. Let's make this moment count. Hit that like button to anchor this energy, and leave a comment with the number 777 to declare you're ready to receive God's warning. That number carries divine power, a signal to the universe that you're not turning back. And if you feel this message resonating, subscribe to join thousands of chosen one souls walking this path together. Your action right now sets the stage for what's coming. God's been speaking to you for a while, hasn't He? Through signs, dreams, even those quiet moments when you feel something bigger at work. Maybe it was a song that hit you differently, a stranger's words that felt too perfect to be random, or a feeling in your gut that kept you awake at night. Those weren't accidents. They were God's way of nudging you, saying, this is your time. But here's the truth. Every time you've ignored those signs, every time you've walked away, you've delayed your destiny. Not because God stopped calling, but because you weren't ready to listen. Today, that changes. This warning isn't about punishment, it's about preparation. God saying, I've got something extraordinary for you, but you need to stop running. Think about Jonah, who fled from God's call, only to find himself in the belly of a whale. It wasn't about God's anger, it was about redirection. Jonah's story didn't end in the dark. It ended with him stepping into his purpose, saving a city. You're at your own Jonah moment. The storms you've faced, the chaos, the setbacks, they weren't meant to break you. They were meant to wake you. Right now, God's holding out a gift, a transformation that touches every part of your life. Your finances, your health, your relationships, they're all part of His plan. He's not promising a small shift. He's offering a complete overhaul. Picture a life where lack gives way to abundance, where exhaustion turns to energy, where broken connections mend into something stronger. This is what's waiting. But you have to choose it. Comment 777 below to claim this promise, to say, I'm not walking away this time. Let's talk about what happens when you listen. When you stop doubting and start trusting, the world around you shifts. Look at Esther in the Bible. She was an ordinary woman, yet God placed her in a palace to save her people. She didn't start out knowing her purpose. She had to step forward, trust the call, and act. When she did, everything changed. That's what God's warning is for you today. A call to step forward. You're not ordinary. You're chosen, and the palace of your destiny is waiting. The enemy doesn't want you to hear this. Doubt, fear, distraction, they're all tools to pull you away. But here's what the devil can't stand: your resolve. When you stand firm, when you say, I'm done running, the shadows lose their power. God's light in you is stronger than any force trying to dim it. Think of David facing Goliath. He wasn't the biggest or the strongest, but he trusted God's call. One stone, one moment of faith, and the giant fell. Your stone is your decision right now. Don't walk away. You might be thinking, I've heard this before. I've tried, and things didn't change. But let's be real. Every time you've turned back, it wasn't because God failed you. It was because you let the noise of the world drown out his voice. The bills, the stress, the people who don't understand they're loud. But God's whisper is louder if you listen. He's saying, this is your moment. Don't let it slip. Comment 777 to lock in your commitment, to tell the universe you're ready for what's next. God's warning comes with a promise. You're not alone in this. He's walking with you, guiding every step. Think about Moses, leading a nation through the desert. He didn't have all the answers, but he had God's presence. When the Red Sea blocked his path, God parted it. Your obstacles, they're not the end. They're the setup for a miracle. Whatever's standing in your way, debt, sickness, heartbreak, God's ready to part that sea. But you have to take the first step. You have to trust. This is about more than just you. Your choice today ripples outward. When you step into God's plan, you become a beacon for others. People around you, your family, your friends, even strangers, they're watching. Your transformation will inspire them. Think of Martin Luther King Jr., who stood for justice not just for himself, but for millions. His courage changed history. Your courage, your decision to heed God's warning, will change lives too. You're not just a chosen one, you're a catalyst. Let's make this real. Pause for a second and feel the weight of this moment. God's not asking for perfection. He's asking for your heart. He's asking you to stop running, to stop doubting, to stop letting fear win. Hit that like button to seal this energy. And if you haven't already, comment 777 to declare you're in. Subscribe to join thousands of chosen one souls stepping into their purpose. This isn't just a video, it's a turning point. God's plan for you is specific. It's not vague or random. He's carved out a path that fits your gifts, your dreams, your unique fire. Look at Noah, building an ark when no one else saw the rain. People mocked him, but he kept going. Why? Because he heard God's warning and trusted it. You've got your own ark to build. Maybe it's a business, a relationship, a new chapter. Whatever it is, God's given you the blueprint. Don't let the world's noise stop you from building. The beauty of this moment is that it's yours to claim. God's warning isn't about scaring you. It's about waking you up to what's possible. Picture this, a life where every morning you wake up with purpose, where your bank account reflects His provision, where your body feels alive with energy. This isn't a fantasy. It's what God's holding out to you. But you have to say yes. You have to stop walking away. Comment 777 one last time to anchor this truth, to say, I'm ready, God. Let's talk about the cost of ignoring this. Every time you've turned away from God's call, you've felt it. The heaviness, the restlessness, the sense that something's missing. That's not punishment. It's proof you're meant for more. Think of the prodigal son who wandered far from home, chasing his own plans. He ended up empty, but when he turned back, his father ran to meet him. God's running to meet you now, arms open, ready to restore everything you've lost. Don't make him wait. This warning is personal. It's not a blanket message for the masses, it's for you. God sees your late-night worries, your unspoken prayers, the dreams you've buried. He's saying, I haven't forgotten you. Like Peter, who denied Jesus 3 times, you might feel you've failed too many times, but Jesus didn't give up on Peter. and God's not giving up on you. This is your moment to step back into His grace, to let His love rewrite your story. Your transformation starts with a choice. Right now, you're standing at a door. On the other side is everything God's promised: abundance, peace, purpose. But you have to walk through. The world will try to pull you back with distractions, doubts, even people who don't understand. But you're stronger than that. You're a chosen one, built for this moment. Think of Ruth, who left everything familiar to follow God's call. Her obedience led to a legacy that changed history. Your obedience will too. God's warning comes with urgency because time matters. Not because He's impatient, but because He knows what's at stake. The longer you wait, the more you let fear or doubt steal your momentum. Look at Abraham, called to leave his homeland for a place God would show him. He didn't have all the details, but he went, and God made him the father of nations. You don't need all the answers right now, just the courage to move. Trust that God's leading you to a land of promise. This isn't about striving or earning God's favor. You're already chosen. His love for you isn't based on what you do. It's based on who you are, His child, His masterpiece. His warning is a reminder that you don't have to fight for your place. It's already yours. Like the woman at the well who met Jesus and left transformed, you're one encounter away from a new life. This video, this moment, is your encounter. Don't walk away. The world is loud, but God's voice is clearer. He's speaking through this message, through the stirring in your spirit, through the hope rising in your chest. You're not here by chance. You're here because God's calling your name, saying, "This is your time." Like Daniel in the lion's den, you're surrounded by threats, but God's protection is stronger. Step into His plan and watch those lions bow. Your breakthrough is closer than you think. Let's anchor this moment. Hit that like button to seal this energy, and subscribe to join thousands of chosen one souls stepping into their destiny. God's warning is clear. Don't walk away again. You've wandered before, but today you can choose to stay. You can choose to trust. You can choose the life He's prepared for you, a life of purpose, abundance, and unshakable peace. The gates are open. Step through. God's warning is a fire in your soul, chosen one, a spark that's meant to ignite everything you were created to be. You've felt it before, the moments when something inside you stirred, urging you to rise above the ordinary. That wasn't just a feeling, it was God's voice, calling you to a purpose so bold it shakes the foundations of doubt. He's pleading with you now because He sees the weight you've carried, the battles you've fought in silence, the dreams you've tucked away out of fear. This is your moment to reclaim them. Picture a seed buried in the dark, pressed down by the weight of the earth. It doesn't stay buried forever. It breaks through, reaching for the light, becoming something unstoppable. That's you right now. God's warning is the sunlight breaking through the soil of your life, urging you to grow. You're not meant to stay hidden, to stay small. The struggles you faced, those moments of lack, of betrayal, of feeling unseen, they were the soil, not the story. God's calling you to break through. Your life is a canvas, and God's the artist. Every stroke, every color, every detail has been intentional. The hardships, they were shadows to give depth to your light. The delays, they were pauses to prepare you for what's coming. Like Joseph, sold into slavery, thrown into prison, yet destined to rule, your journey hasn't been easy because it's been extraordinary. God's warning is His way of saying, the palace is ready, don't stay in the pit. You're closer to your breakthrough than you realize. The enemy wants you to believe you're stuck. That voice whispering, it's too late, or you're not enough. It's a lie. God's truth is stronger. Think of Sarah, who laughed at the promise of a child in her old age. God didn't just fulfill that promise, He made her the mother of nations. Your laughter, your doubts, your moments of giving up, they don't disqualify you. They're part of the story God's weaving, a story where you rise, not fall. His warning is a reminder. Your promise is still alive. This moment is about alignment. God's calling you to line up your heart, your actions, your faith with His plan. It's not about being perfect. It's about being present. Like Mary, who sat at Jesus' feet while Martha busied herself. You're being asked to choose the better thing, to listen, to trust. The world will pull you toward chaos, toward endless to-do lists and distractions, but God's saying, sit with me. Hear my warning. Your destiny is waiting. Align with Him and watch everything fall into place. You've got a fire inside you, chosen one, a spark that the world can't extinguish. God's warning is fanning that flame, turning it into a blaze. Think of Elijah calling down fire from heaven. He wasn't special because of his strength. He was special because he believed God's word. Your belief right now, your decision to heed this warning, is the spark that calls down miracles. Don't let fear or doubt smother it. You're not just meant to survive, you're meant to set the world ablaze with your purpose. God's not just offering you a new chapter, He's offering a new book. The old story, the one of struggle, of feeling less than, of chasing things that never filled you, it's over. Like Lazarus, you're being called out of the tomb. The grave clothes of your past don't fit anymore. God's warning is your resurrection moment, a chance to step into a life where every step feels alive, where every day carries purpose. Don't cling to the tomb. Walk into the light. Your transformation isn't just personal, it's generational. When you heed God's warning, you're not just changing your life, you're breaking chains for those who come after you. Think of Rahab, who risked everything to protect God's people. Her faith didn't just save her, it secured a legacy that tied her to the lineage of Jesus. Your choice today, to listen and act, will ripple through your family, your community, even generations you'll never meet. You're not just a chosen one, you're a chain breaker. The world will try to drown out God's voice with noise bills, deadlines, opinions, but His warning cuts through it all. It's like the still small voice Elijah heard after the storm. It's not loud, but it's undeniable. You know it when you hear it. That feeling in your chest right now, that pull to keep listening, to keep believing, that's God. He's saying, I've got you. Don't walk away. Tune out the noise and let His voice guide you to the life you were born for. God's warning is a map, chosen one, a guide to treasures you haven't yet uncovered. Every step you take in faith reveals a new piece of the path. Like the Israelites crossing the Jordan, you're being asked to step into the water before it parts. It's scary, sure, but it's also sacred. The moment you move, God moves. The moment you trust, He provides. Your finances, your health, your dreams, they're all waiting on the other side of this step. Don't hesitate. You're not defined by your past mistakes. God's warning isn't a lecture about where you went wrong. It's an invitation to go right. Think of Paul, once a persecutor, transformed into an apostle. His past didn't disqualify him. It prepared him. Your missteps, your wrong turns, they've shaped you, not shamed you. God's calling you now because He knows you're ready. He's seen your heart, your resilience, your hunger for more. This is your moment to rise. The beauty of God's plan is that it's unshakable. No economy, no crisis, no human opinion can stop what He's set in motion. Like Daniel, who prayed despite the king's decree, You're called to stand firm. The lions didn't touch him because God's protection was stronger. Your lions, those fears, those doubts, those obstacles can't touch you either. God's warning is your shield, reminding you that His power in you is greater than anything against you. Stand tall, chosen one. This is a season of overflow. God's not promising just enough. He's promising more than enough. Picture a cup so full it spills over, blessing everyone around it. That's what's coming when you heed His warning. Your finances will stabilize, your health will renew, your relationships will flourish, not because you earned it, but because God declared it. Like the feeding of the 5,000, where a few loaves became a feast, your small steps of faith will multiply into abundance. God's warning is a love letter, written in the language of urgency. He's not scolding you, He's chasing you. Like the shepherd who left the 99 to find the one lost sheep, He's coming after you. You're that precious to Him. Every time you've wandered, every time you've doubted, He's been right there, waiting for you to turn back. This moment, this message, is His way of saying, I'm still here. Come home to your purpose. Don't make Him chase you any longer. Your life is a testimony waiting to be told. When you step into God's plan, people will notice. They'll see the change in your eyes, the strength in your step, the peace in your presence. Like Nehemiah, who rebuilt the walls of Jerusalem against all odds, your life will become a monument to God's faithfulness. Every brick you lay, every act of faith, every moment of trust will stand as proof that God's warnings lead to wonders. Your story will inspire others to listen. The enemy's greatest weapon is distraction. He'll throw everything at you, busyness, fear, even small victories to keep you comfortable. But God's warning is a call to focus. Like Peter walking on water, you're being asked to keep your eyes on Jesus, not the waves. The moment you look down, you sink. The moment you listen to God's voice, you walk. Whatever's trying to pull your attention right now, let it go. Fix your eyes on the one who's calling you forward. God's plan for you is precise, like a master craftsman shaping a work of art. Every detail of your life, your gifts, your struggles, your passions has been carefully designed. Think of Bezalel, chosen to build the tabernacle, filled with God's Spirit to create something beautiful. You're filled with that same Spirit, equipped for a purpose only you can fulfill. God's warning is your reminder. Don't settle for less than the masterpiece He's making of your life. You're standing on holy ground right now. This moment, this choice, is sacred. God's warning isn't just words. It's a divine invitation to step into a life you've only dreamed of. Like Isaiah, who said, "Here I am, send me." You're being asked to respond, not with fear, not with doubt, but with a simple yes. That yes will unlock doors you can't yet see, heal wounds you thought would never mend, and bring blessings you never imagined. Say yes, chosen one, and watch God move. Chosen ones, God's warning is a beacon in the storm, a light cutting through the fog of your doubts and fears. He's not just speaking to you, He's shouting, urging you to see the path He's laid out. You've been in the wilderness, wandering through seasons of uncertainty, but this moment is your signal to turn toward the promised land. God's plea, "Don't walk away again," is His hand reaching out to pull you from the chaos into a destiny that's been yours all along. Your heart carries a map only God can read. Every trial, every tear, every moment you thought you were lost, it's all been part of His design. Like the Israelites, who wandered 40 years before entering Canaan, your delays have been training grounds. God's warning is your signal that the wandering is over. The land of milk and honey, Your place of purpose, provision, and peace is closer than you think. Step forward and don't look back. The world will tell you to play it safe, to shrink, to settle. But God's warning is a call to boldness. Think of Deborah, the prophetess who led Israel to victory when others hesitated. She didn't wait for permission, she trusted God's voice and acted. You're being called to that same courage. Your dreams, your vision, the fire in your soul, they're not accidents, they're God-given, and His warning is your push to stop doubting and start doing. This moment is a divine reset. God's not just offering a new chapter, He's wiping the slate clean. Your past mistakes, your regrets, the times you walked away, they don't define you. Like Zacchaeus, who climbed a tree to see Jesus and found redemption, you're one choice away from a new beginning. God's warning is your invitation to climb out of shame, out of fear, and into His grace. He's waiting to meet you where you are. You're carrying a light the world can't ignore. When you heed God's warning, that light grows brighter, drawing others to it. Think of the Samaritan woman at the well, transformed by one conversation with Jesus. She didn't just change, she ran to her village, sparking a revival. Your transformation will do the same. Your family, your co-workers, even strangers, they'll see God's work in you and wonder what's different. You're not just chosen, you're a spark for change. God's warning is a key, unlocking doors you didn't know existed. Picture a house filled with rooms you've never explored, each one holding blessings, opportunities, connections. Every time you've walked away, you've left those doors locked. But now, God's handing you the key. Like Elisha, who inherited a double portion of Elijah's spirit, you're being offered more than you've dared to ask for. Turn the key, chosen one, and step into what's waiting. The enemy will try to cloud your vision, whispering lies that you're not ready, not worthy. But God's warning is louder. It's the truth that cuts through the fog. Think of Gideon, hiding in a winepress, called a mighty warrior by God. He didn't feel mighty, but God saw what he could become. God sees the same in you, a warrior, a leader, a vessel of His power. His warning is your call to rise up and claim that identity. Your life is a garden, and God's the gardener. Every hardship has been His way of pruning, preparing you to bear fruit. The branches that felt cut away, old habits, toxic relationships, limiting beliefs, were making room for growth. His warning now is a call to bloom. Like the fig tree Jesus cursed for bearing no fruit, God's urging you to show the world what you're capable of. Your fruit, your gifts, your impact is ready to flourish. This isn't about chasing miracles. It's about becoming one. God's warning is His way of saying, you are the miracle. Like Philip, who was transported by the Spirit to share the gospel, you're being positioned for divine moments. Your words, your actions, your presence, they carry power. When you stop running, you step into that power, becoming a living testimony of God's faithfulness. The world needs your miracle, chosen one. God's warning is a rhythm, a heartbeat pulsing through your life. You've felt it in those moments when everything aligns, when a song or a sunset or a kind word hits you deeper than it should. That's God, syncing your life to His timing. Like David, dancing before the ark, you're being called to move with His rhythm. Let go of the world's tempo, the rush, the stress, and step into the flow of His purpose. It's where you belong. You're not just chosen, you're commissioned. God's warning is your marching orders, a call to action. Think of Nehemiah, who saw a broken city and heard God's call to rebuild. He didn't wait for perfect conditions. He started with what he had. Your resources, your time, your talents, they're enough because God's in them. His warning is your signal to start building, to stop waiting, to trust that He'll provide what you need. The stakes are high, chosen one. God's warning carries weight because your purpose does. Like Jeremiah, called before he was born to speak to nations, you're here for something bigger than yourself. The world may not see it yet, but God does. His plea, "Don't walk away," is His way of reminding you that your voice, your gifts, your life matter. You're not just living for today, you're shaping eternity. Every step you take in faith is a stone in the foundation of your destiny. God's warning is the mortar, holding it all together. Picture Solomon, building the temple with precision and care. Every choice he made mattered because it was for God's glory. Your choices now, listening, trusting, acting, they're building something eternal. Don't let doubt or distraction weaken the foundation. Keep building and watch God make it magnificent. You're a vessel, chosen one, crafted to carry God's glory. His warning is a reminder to stay open, to let His light pour through you, like the alabaster jar broken to anoint Jesus. Your life is meant to release something precious. The cracks, the trials, the pain are where His glory shines brightest. Don't hide them. Don't walk away. Let God use every part of you to pour out His love to the world. God's warning is a compass pointing you to true north. The world will pull you in every direction, toward comfort, toward fear, toward mediocrity. But His voice keeps you steady, like the Magi, following the star to find Jesus. You're being guided to something greater. Trust the direction, even when the path feels unfamiliar. Every step toward His call is a step toward the life you were born to live. Your heart is a battlefield, and God's warning is your victory cry. The enemy wants to keep you stuck, replaying old wounds, old fears. But God's saying, the war is won. Like Joshua, who circled Jericho's walls in faith, you're being called to trust the unseen. The walls in your life, debt, sickness, broken dreams will fall when you follow His voice. Keep circling, keep believing, and watch them crumble. This moment is a doorway, chosen one. God's warning is the threshold, inviting you to cross over. Think of the apostles, stepping out of the upper room after Pentecost, filled with the Spirit and ready to change the world. You're standing at your own Pentecost, ready to be filled, ready to move. Don't linger in the doorway. Step through and let God's power carry you into a future that shines with His glory. Chosen ones, God's warning is a clarion call, a trumpet sounding through the noise of your life, demanding your attention. It's not a whisper anymore, it's a roar, shaking you awake to the truth that you're meant for greatness. He's pleading, don't walk away again, because He sees the fire in you, the potential you've yet to fully embrace. This isn't about guilt, it's about glory. God's calling you to step into a life so radiant it will leave the world in awe. Your story is a tapestry woven with threads of struggle and triumph. Every moment you've faced the sleepless nights, the closed doors, the times you felt invisible has been a stitch in God's design. Like Jacob, wrestling with the angel until dawn, you've been fighting for your blessing. God's warning is your dawn, the moment the struggle turns to victory. Don't let go now. Hold fast and claim the name He's given you. Chosen. The world wants to box you in, to label you by your past or your circumstances. But God's warning is a hammer, shattering those limits. Think of Hannah, who prayed through barrenness and pain, refusing to accept her lot. Her faith birthed Samuel, a prophet who changed a nation. Your prayers, your persistence, your refusal to settle, they're birthing something new. God's telling you to keep praying, keep believing, because your breakthrough is already taking shape. This is a season of unveiling. God's warning is pulling back the curtain on who you really are. You're not defined by your job, your bank account, or what others think. Like Moses, who saw a burning bush and heard God's voice, you're being shown your true identity, a leader, a light, a vessel of divine power. His warning is your invitation to stop hiding, to step out of the shadows and into the role you were born for. You carry a spark that can ignite a revolution. God's warning is fanning that spark, urging you to let it blaze. Think of John the Baptist, a voice crying in the wilderness, preparing the way, your life, your choices, your faith. They're preparing the way for something greater, not just for you, but for those around you. When you heed God's call, you become a signal, a sign that others can follow to find their own purpose. The enemy's greatest trick is making you feel small. He'll point to your failures, your fears, your flaws. But God's warning is a mirror reflecting the truth. You're mighty, like Samson, who found strength even after his mistakes. You're being reminded that your power comes from God, not perfection. His plea, "Don't walk away," is his way of saying, your strength is still there. Use it, step into it, and watch the enemy's lies crumble. God's warning is a bridge, connecting where you are to where you're meant to be. Every step you take in faith strengthens that bridge. Picture Peter stepping out of the boat onto the water. The waves were real, but Jesus was greater. Your doubts, your challenges, they're real too, but God's promise is bigger. His warning is your assurance that the water will hold you, that the bridge will lead you to solid ground. Your life is a symphony, and God's the conductor. Every high note, every low, every pause has been part of his score. His warning is the crescendo, the moment the music swells to reveal its purpose. Like David, whose psalms turned pain into praise, you're being called to play your part. Don't mute your song, let it ring out, and watch how it moves those who hear it. This isn't about chasing a dream, it's about catching one. God's warning is his hand, holding out the vision he's had for you since before you were born. Think of Joseph, who saw his destiny in a dream long before he stood in Pharaoh's court. Your dreams, those quiet hopes you've carried, they're not fantasies, they're prophecies. God's urging you to stop dismissing them, to start walking toward them with faith. The world will try to drown you in routine, in sameness, in settling, but God's warning is a wake-up call, shaking you out of complacency. Like the disciples, asleep in Gethsemane while Jesus prayed, you're being nudged to stay awake. This moment matters. Your purpose matters. Don't let the lull of the ordinary steal what God's prepared. His warning is your reminder. You were made for the extraordinary. You're a lighthouse, chosen one, built to shine in the darkest storms. God's warning is the power surging through you, lighting up your beacon. Think of Paul and Silas, singing in prison at midnight. Their praise broke chains, not just theirs, but others. Your faith, your decision to heed God's call, will break chains too, for you, for your family, for those who need your light. Shine, and don't dim it. God's warning is a seed planted in your spirit, ready to grow into something mighty. Like the mustard seed Jesus spoke of, small but unstoppable, your faith right now is enough. It doesn't need to be big, it just needs to be planted. His plea, "Don't walk away," is his promise that the soil is ready. The harvest is coming. Trust him and watch that seed become a tree that shelters others. Your journey is a mosaic, each piece a moment of pain or joy, doubt or faith. God's warning is the grout, holding it all together, revealing the masterpiece. Like Mary Magdalene, transformed from brokenness to a witness of resurrection. Your life is becoming a testimony. Every step you take toward God's call adds another piece, making the picture clearer. Don't stop now. The world needs to see your story. The enemy wants you to believe you're alone, that no one sees your struggle. But God's warning is proof you're never alone. Like Hagar in the desert, who thought she and her son would die, you're being seen by the God who provides. He's saying, I'm here. Don't walk away. Your provision, your protection, your purpose, they're all in His hands. Trust Him and watch the desert bloom. This is a moment of surrender, not to defeat, but to destiny. God's warning is calling you to let go of control, to trust His plan over your own. Think of Abraham offering Isaac on the altar, only to find God's provision waiting. Your surrender, your yes to His warning, will unlock blessings you can't yet see. Let go of the need to know how, and let God show you what's next. You're a warrior, chosen one, forged in battles you didn't choose but won anyway. God's warning is your battle cry, rallying you for the victory ahead. Like Jael, who drove a tent peg through the enemy's head, you're being equipped to strike down what's holding you back. Fear, doubt, lack, they're no match for the power God's placed in you. His warning is your signal to fight, not flee. Your life is a river, flowing toward a purpose greater than you can see. God's warning is the current, guiding you to deeper waters. Like Ezekiel, who saw a river flowing from the temple, bringing life to everything it touched, your faith will bring life to you, to others, to dreams long buried. Don't dam the flow. Let God's warning carry you where He wants you to go. The world will tempt you to blend in, to quiet your voice, to dim your light. But God's warning is a charge to stand out. Think of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who walked through fire without bowing to the king's idol. You're in your own furnace, facing pressures to conform, but God's with you in the flames, and His warning is your assurance. You'll come out untouched, shining brighter than ever. Chosen ones, God's warning is a spark in the night, a flame that lights up the path you've been searching for. His plea, don't walk away again, is a call to stop wandering in circles and step into the straight road He's carved for you. You've felt lost before, tangled in life's chaos, but this moment is your compass, pointing you toward a destiny that's been waiting since the stars were hung. God sees your heart, your hunger, and He's urging you to follow the light. Your life is a book, and every chapter has been leading to this page. The struggles, the tears, the times you thought you'd never make it, they were words in God's story for you. Like Esther, who stood before a king to save her people, you're being called to stand before your moment. God's warning is the ink, writing the next chapter where you rise, not fall. Turn the page, chosen one, and let His words guide you to victory. The enemy wants you to believe your story's already written, that your mistakes define the ending. But God's warning is a rewrite, a chance to change the script. Think of Jonah, swallowed by the whale, given a second chance to fulfill his calling. Your past doesn't dictate your future, God does. His plea is your signal to stop running and start proclaiming the truth He's placed in you. The world's waiting to hear it. This is a moment of awakening. God's warning is shaking you from a slumber you didn't know you were in. Like Lazarus, wrapped in grave clothes, you're being called to life. The things that bound you, fear, shame, doubt, are unraveling. His voice is clear. Come out. You're not meant to stay in the tomb of your past. Step into the sunlight and let God's warning breathe new life into every part of you. You're a lighthouse in a storm, chosen one, built to guide others through the dark. God's warning is the power surging through you, making your light undeniable. Think of John, exiled on Patmos, yet receiving visions that shaped the future. Your isolation, your struggles, they're not the end. They're the setup for a revelation. Shine where you are and watch how your light draws others to safety. God's warning is a key, unlocking the chains that have held you back. Every time you've felt stuck, every time you've faced a closed door, He's been preparing you for freedom. Like Peter, freed from prison by an angel, you're being released from what's confined you. Debt, sickness, broken dreams, they're no match for God's power. His plea is your signal to walk out of the cell and into the life He's promised. Your faith is a seed, small but mighty, ready to grow into something unshakable. God's warning is the rain, nourishing that seed to break through the soil. Think of the parable of the sower. Your heart is the good ground, ready to produce a harvest. Don't let distractions or doubts choke it out. His voice is urging you to tend your faith, to trust the growth, because your harvest will feed more than just you. The world will try to drown you in noise bills, deadlines, endless demands, but God's warning is a melody, cutting through the chaos with a song of hope. Like Miriam, who sang of deliverance after crossing the Red Sea, you're being called to sing your own song. Your victory is coming, and His plea is your reminder to lift your voice now, before the sea parts. Trust the melody and watch it lead you to freedom. You're a warrior, forged in battles you didn't see coming. God's warning is your armor, strengthening you for the fight ahead. Think of David, facing Goliath with just a sling and a stone. Your weapons, faith, courage, trust, may seem small, but they're enough. His plea is your battle cry. Don't walk away. Face your giants, and watch God turn your faith into a victory that echoes through time. This moment is a crossroads, chosen one. God's warning is the signpost, pointing you to the path of purpose. Like Ruth, who chose to follow Naomi into the unknown, you're being asked to choose faith over familiarity. The road may look uncertain, but it leads to a legacy. Don't cling to what's comfortable. Step into the unknown and let God show you the fields of blessing waiting for you. Your life is a canvas, and God's warning is the brush, painting a masterpiece. Every stroke, the pain, the joy, the waiting, has been intentional. Like Job, who lost everything yet saw God's hand restore it all, you're being shaped into something beautiful. His plea is your reminder to trust the artist, to let him finish what he started. Your story will be a testament to his faithfulness. The enemy wants you to feel alone, like your struggles are yours to carry. But God's warning is a promise. You're never alone. Like Elisha, surrounded by an unseen army of angels, you're protected by forces you can't yet see. His voice is your assurance that the battle is already won. Don't walk away, stand firm, and watch God's army fight for you. You're a builder, chosen one, called to construct something eternal. God's warning is the blueprint, guiding every step. Think of Noah, who built an ark while the world mocked him. Your vision, your purpose. It may not make sense to others, but it's clear to God. His plea is your call to keep hammering, to keep believing, because the rain is coming and your ark will save lives. This is a season of overflow, where God's warning becomes a fountain of promise. Like the widow's oil that kept flowing, your faith will unlock abundance that doesn't run dry. His voice is urging you to bring your empty jars, your dreams, your needs, and watch him fill them. Don't limit what he can do. Trust his warning and prepare for a blessing that spills over into every corner of your life. God's warning is a wind, pushing you toward the shores of your destiny. You've been drifting, caught in currents of doubt or fear, but his voice is the gust that sets you free. Like Paul, shipwrecked yet saved, you're being guided through the storm to solid ground. His plea is your reminder. Don't cling to the wreckage. Let the wind carry you to the place he's prepared. Your heart is a sanctuary, a holy place where God's warning echoes. Like the temple Solomon built, your life is meant to house his glory. Every trial has been a stone, every prayer a pillar, shaping you into something sacred. His voice is calling you to consecrate this moment, to make your life a dwelling place for his presence. Don't walk away. Let his glory shine through you. The enemy will try to steal your focus, to make you question God's plan, but his warning is a lens, sharpening your vision. Like Isaiah, who saw the Lord high and lifted up, you're being given a glimpse of what's possible. Your dreams, your purpose, they're not too big. They're God-sized. His plea is your call to lift your eyes, to see the throne room, and to walk boldly toward it. You're a flame, chosen one, burning with a purpose that can't be quenched. God's warning is the oxygen, making you blaze brighter. Think of the burning bush, untouched by the fire, yet radiating God's voice. Your life is that bush, unharmed by the flames of trial, speaking his truth. His plea is your signal to burn brightly, to let your light draw others to him. Don't hide it, let it shine. Chosen ones. God's warning is a thunderclap, rolling through the quiet of your soul, shaking you awake to the power you carry. His plea, don't walk away again, is a charge to stand firm in the storm, to claim the authority he's given you. You've been through winds and rain moments that tested your strength, but God sees you as unshakable. This is your time to rise, to let his voice drown out the chaos and lead you to a life of unstoppable purpose. Your life is a riverbed, carved by years of trials and triumphs. Every struggle has shaped its curves, every victory its flow. God's warning is the water, rushing in to fill what's been empty. Like the Jordan River, where miracles happened, your life is ready for divine movement. His plea is your signal to let the river flow, to stop blocking the blessings with doubt or fear. Trust him and watch abundance pour through you. The world will try to chain you to its limits, bills, expectations, routines, but God's warning is a key, unlocking your freedom. Think of Daniel, who defied a king's decree and prayed anyway. His faith didn't just save him, it changed a nation. Your faith, your choice to heed this warning, will change lives too. Don't bow to the world's pressure. Unlock your purpose and step into the liberty God's prepared for you. You're a seed, planted in the heart of God's plan. His warning is the sunlight, urging you to break through the soil of fear. Like the parable of the talents, you've been given something precious, gifts, dreams, a calling. Don't bury them. His plea is your reminder to invest what you've got, to trust that he'll multiply it. Your small steps of faith will grow into a harvest that feeds the world around you. God's warning is a mirror, reflecting the truth of who you are. The enemy wants you to see a distorted image, weak, unworthy, stuck. But God sees a masterpiece. Like David, who was a shepherd before he was a king, you're more than your current role. His voice is calling you to see yourself as he does a leader, a light, a chosen one. Look in his mirror and don't turn away from the reflection. Your journey is a fire, refining you into something pure and strong. God's warning is the bellows, stoking the flames to burn away what doesn't belong. Think of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who walked through fire untouched because God was with them. Your trials, your losses, your pain are not the end. They're purifying you for a purpose that shines brighter than gold. Trust the fire and let it shape you. The world will tempt you to settle for less, to trade your calling for comfort. But God's warning is a trumpet, calling you to a higher ground. Like Moses on the mountain, you're being invited to see the bigger picture, the land of promise waiting for you. His plea is your signal to climb, to leave the lowlands of doubt behind. Don't stay in the valley, ascend to the place God's prepared. You're a beacon, chosen one, radiating light in a world of shadows. God's warning is the power surging through you, making your glow undeniable. Think of the woman who touched Jesus' cloak, healed by her faith in a single moment. Your faith, your decision to heed his call, will spark healing not just for you, but for those around you. Shine and watch how your light transforms lives. God's warning is a thread, weaving your life into his eternal story. Every choice you make, every step of faith, is a stitch in his tapestry. Like Ruth, who gleaned in Boaz's field and found redemption, you're being woven into something greater. His plea is your reminder to keep walking, to trust the thread, because the picture he's creating will take your breath away. The enemy wants you to feel trapped, like your story's stuck in a loop. But God's warning is a door, swinging open to a new chapter. Think of Joseph, who went from a pit to a palace because he trusted God's plan. Your pit, your struggles, your setbacks is not your home. His voice is urging you to step through the door, to claim the palace waiting on the other side. Your heart is a garden, and God's warning is the rain, bringing life to what's been dormant. Like the barren fig tree given one more chance, you're being tended by a patient gardener. Your dreams, your gifts, the things you thought were dead, they're stirring. His plea is your call to nurture them, to trust the rain, because your garden is about to bloom in ways you never imagined. God's warning is a wind, carrying you to places you can't yet see. The world's storms may push you off course, but his voice is stronger. Like Philip, carried by the Spirit to share the gospel, you're being moved to divine appointments. Don't resist the wind. Let it lift you, guide you to the people and places God's chosen for you. Your purpose is waiting in the flow. You're a warrior, chosen one, armed with faith, sharper than any sword. God's warning is your battle plan, mapping out the victory ahead. Think of Deborah, who led an army with courage and clarity. Your battles, fear, lack, rejection, are not the end. They're the setup for a triumph that will echo through generations. Pick up your sword and trust God's strategy. The world will try to dim your vision, to make you question what's possible, but God's warning is a lens, bringing your destiny into focus. Like Elisha, who saw chariots of fire when others saw only enemies, you're being given eyes to see God's provision. His plea is your signal to look up, to trust the unseen, because your victory is already in motion. Your life is a symphony, and God's warning is the note that changes the melody. Every struggle has been a chord, every prayer a harmony, building to this moment. Like David, whose psalms turned pain into worship, you're being called to play your song. Don't silence it. Let it ring out, and watch how it draws others to God's presence. God's warning is a bridge, spanning the gap between where you are and where you're meant to be. Like the Israelites crossing the Red Sea, you're being led through impossible places. The waters of doubt, fear, and failure are parting. His plea is your call to keep walking, to trust the path, because dry ground is waiting on the other side. You're a vessel, chosen one, crafted to carry God's glory. His warning is the oil, filling you to overflow. Think of the widow's jars, filled beyond what she could hold, because she trusted Elisha's word. your faith, your yes to God's call, will fill your life with more than you can contain. Don't hold back, let His blessings spill over, touching everyone around you. The enemy wants you to believe you're ordinary, that your life doesn't matter. But God's warning is a crown, declaring your royal calling. Like Esther, chosen for such a time as this, you're being placed in rooms of influence. His voice is urging you to wear the crown, to step into your authority, because the world needs your voice, your gifts, your light. Don't walk away from the throne. Chosen ones, God's warning is a pulse, a rhythm beating through the core of your being, urging you to move with His timing. His plea, "Don't walk away again," is a call to sync your steps with His divine cadence. You've felt out of rhythm before, stumbling through life's chaos, but this moment is your chance to dance with purpose. God sees your heart's longing, and He's guiding you to a life that flows with grace and power. Your story is a mosaic, each piece a moment of courage or pain, carefully placed by God's hand. The cracks, your struggles, your doubts aren't flaws, they're where His light shines through. Like kintsugi, the art of repairing broken pottery with gold, your life is becoming a masterpiece. God's warning is the gold, binding your pieces into something breathtaking. Don't shy away from the cracks, trust Him to make them beautiful. The world will try to pull you into its grind, to wear you down with endless tasks and fears. But God's warning is a shield, guarding your spirit. Think of Nehemiah, rebuilding Jerusalem's walls while enemies mocked him. His focus didn't waver, and neither should yours. His plea is your reminder to stay steady, to keep building your purpose despite the noise. Your walls will stand stronger than ever. You're a flame, chosen one, burning with a fire the world can't extinguish. God's warning is the wind, spreading your light to places you've never seen. Like the burning bush that spoke to Moses, your presence carries a message. You're not just here to exist, you're here to speak truth, to ignite hope. His voice is urging you to burn brighter, to let your fire warm those lost in the cold. God's warning is a compass, pointing you through the fog of uncertainty. You've wandered, unsure of your path, but His voice is your true north. Like the Magi, who followed a star to find their king, you're being led to a divine encounter. Don't let doubt cloud your vision. Trust the compass and take the next step toward the promise waiting for you. Your life is a garden, and God's warning is the season of blooming. The winters, your hardships, your losses, have prepared the soil. Like the vine in Jesus' parable, you're ready to bear fruit that lasts. His plea is your signal to grow, to let your gifts flourish, to stop holding back. The world needs your harvest, your beauty, your abundance. Don't wait for spring bloom now. The enemy wants you to feel powerless, like your choices don't matter. But God's warning is a scepter, declaring your authority. Think of Esther, who stepped into a king's court and changed history. Your words, your actions, your faith, they carry weight. His voice is calling you to wield that scepter, to speak with boldness, because your influence will shift lives. You're a river, chosen one, flowing with God's purpose. His warning is the current, guiding you past rocks and obstacles. Like Ezekiel's vision of a life-giving stream, your life is meant to bring healing wherever it touches. Don't let fear dam your flow. Trust His plea and let your river run, refreshing everyone in its path. God's warning is a spark, igniting the dreams you've buried. You've let them sit, covered by the ashes of doubt or failure, but His voice is fanning them to life. Think of Joseph, who held on to his dream through years of betrayal and prison. Your dreams aren't dead, they're waiting. His plea is your call to dust them off, to believe again, because they're part of his plan. The world will try to drown you in its chaos, deadlines, drama, distractions. But God's warning is an anchor, keeping you steady. Like Paul, who found peace in a storm-tossed ship, you're being called to trust through the waves. His voice is your reminder that no storm can sink you. Stay anchored and watch God calm the seas around you. You're a builder, chosen one, crafting a legacy with every choice. God's warning is the blueprint, showing you what to construct. Think of Solomon, whose temple stood as a testament to God's glory. Your life, your work, your relationships, your faith is a temple too. His plea is your signal to keep building, to trust the design, because your legacy will outlast you. God's warning is a mirror reflecting the strength you've forgotten. The enemy wants you to see weakness, but God sees a warrior. Like Gideon, called mighty despite his fear, you're more than you feel. His voice is urging you to look again, to see the power he's placed in you. Don't turn away from the reflection. Step into the warrior you are. Your heart is a furnace, and God's warning is the fire, refining you for greatness. Every trial has been heat, shaping you into something unbreakable. Like Daniel, who faced a lion's den with unwavering faith, you're being forged for battles only you can fight. His plea is your call to embrace the fire, to let it strengthen you, because you're meant to come out shining. The world will tempt you to blend in, to quiet your voice, to dim your purpose. But God's warning is a banner, raised high to declare who you are. Like Joshua, who led Israel with courage, you're being called to stand out. His voice is your signal to wave your banner, to let your life proclaim his truth. Don't lower it, let it fly. You're a seed, planted in God's eternal purpose. His warning is the water, urging you to grow through the hard soil of life. Think of the mustard seed, small but destined to become a mighty tree. Your faith, your choices, they're small now, but they'll shelter generations. His plea is your reminder to keep growing, to trust the process, because your impact will be massive. God's warning is a song rising from your spirit, calling you to join the chorus. Like Miriam, who led Israel in worship after deliverance, you're being invited to sing now, before the victory is seen. His voice is your melody, guiding you through the notes of faith. Don't wait for the Red Sea to part. Sing today, and watch how your worship moves mountains. You're a lighthouse, chosen one, built to shine in the darkest nights. God's warning is the power, fueling your beam to guide others. Like John the Baptist, preparing the way in wilderness, your life is a signal, pointing people to hope. His plea is your call to keep shining, to stay steady, because your light will lead someone out of their storm. The enemy wants you to believe your story's stuck, that nothing will change. But God's warning is a key, unlocking a new chapter. Like Lazarus, called from the grave, you're being summoned to life. His voice is urging you to shed the grave clothes, fear, shame, doubt, and step into freedom. Don't cling to the tomb, walk into the resurrection waiting for you. Chosen ones, God's warning is a spark in the dark, a light that pierces the shadows of your doubt and fear. His plea, don't walk away again, is a call to stand firm in the glow of his truth. You've wandered through valleys, questioned your worth, but this moment is your beacon, guiding you to a purpose that's been yours since eternity began. God sees your resilience, your unspoken prayers, and he's urging you to step into the radiance of his plan. Your life is a canvas stretched across the frame of God's design. Every stroke, the joys, the sorrows, the moments of silence has been deliberate. Like Job, who endured loss yet saw restoration, you're being painted into a masterpiece. God's warning is the brush, adding vibrant colors to your story. Don't pull away from the easel. Trust his hand and watch your life become a work of art that inspires others. The world will try to drown you in its demands, bills, schedules, endless noise. But God's warning is a lifeline, pulling you above the waves. Think of Peter, who walked on water when he kept his eyes on Jesus. Your focus determines your path. His plea is your reminder to look up, to lock eyes with the one who calms the storm. Don't let the waves pull you under, walk toward him. You're a seed, buried in the soil of God's purpose. His warning is the sunlight, coaxing you to break through. Like the parable of the sower, your heart is fertile ground, ready to produce a harvest. The rocks of doubt, the thorns of fear, they can't stop you if you trust his voice. His plea is your call to grow, to push upward, because your fruit will feed a starving world. God's warning is a trumpet sounding a call to battle. The enemy wants you to shrink, to believe you're too small to matter. But you're a warrior, like Deborah, who led with courage when others faltered. Your faith is your weapon, sharper than any sword. His voice is urging you to fight, not with anger, but with trust. Stand tall, chosen one, and watch your enemies scatter. Your journey is a river, carving its way through the landscape of your life. God's warning is the current, guiding you around obstacles. Like Naaman, who dipped in the Jordan to be healed, you're being called to step into the flow of God's promise. Don't resist the water. Let it wash away your doubts, your pain, and carry you to a place of wholeness. The world will tempt you to settle, to trade your destiny for comfort, but God's warning is a flame, igniting your passion for more. Think of Moses, who left the palace to lead a nation. Your purpose isn't in the easy places, it's in the wilderness, where God shapes you. His plea is your signal to leave what's familiar, to chase the calling that sets your soul on fire. You're a lighthouse, chosen one, built to shine through the darkest storms. God's warning is the power, fueling your light to guide others. Like John, who prepared the way in the desert, your presence is a signal, pointing people to hope. His voice is calling you to stand firm, to let your light burn bright, because someone lost in the dark needs you to show the way. God's warning is a key, unlocking the prison of your past. Every mistake, every regret, they're chains that no longer hold you. Like Paul, transformed from persecutor to apostle, you're being set free to run your race. His plea is your reminder to shed the weight, to step out of the cell, and to embrace the freedom of a life lived for his glory. Your heart is a temple, a sacred space where God's warning echoes. Like Solomon's temple, built to house God's presence, your life is meant to radiate his light. Every trial has been a stone, every prayer a pillar, shaping you into something holy. His voice is urging you to consecrate this moment, to let your life be a sanctuary where others encounter him. The enemy wants you to believe your story's stuck, that change is impossible. But God's warning is a door swinging open to a new chapter. Think of Rahab, who turned from her past to secure a legacy. Your choices now, your faith, your trust will rewrite your future. Don't linger in the old story. Step through the door and let God pen a new one. You're a flame, chosen one, burning with a purpose that can't be quenched. God's warning is the oxygen, making you blaze brighter. Like Elijah, who called down fire from heaven, your faith can spark miracles. His plea is your call to burn boldly, to let your light challenge the darkness. Don't hide your flame, let it consume what holds you back. God's warning is a compass, guiding you through the fog of life's uncertainties. You've felt lost, unsure of your next step, but his voice is your true north. Like the Israelites, led by a pillar of fire. You're being directed to a promised land. Don't wander in circles. Trust the compass and take the path He's lighting for you. Your life is a symphony, and God's warning is the note that shifts the melody. Every struggle has been a chord, every victory a harmony, building to this moment. Like David, whose psalms turned pain into praise, you're being called to play your song. Don't mute it. Let it ring out, and watch how it draws others to God's presence. The world will try to chain you to its limits: fear, lack, doubt. But God's warning is a hammer, breaking those chains. Think of Samson, who found strength even after his fall. Your power isn't in your perfection, it's in God's promise. His plea is your signal to rise, to shake off the chains, and to step into the strength He's given you. You're a seed planted in the heart of God's plan. His warning is the rain, urging you to grow through the hard soil of life. Like the mustard seed, your faith may seem small, but it's destined to become a tree that shelters others. His voice is calling you to push upward, to trust the growth, because your impact will change lives. God's warning is a wind, carrying you to shores you can't yet see. The storms of life may push you off course, but His voice is stronger. Like Paul, shipwrecked yet saved, you're being guided to divine destinations. Don't fight the wind. Let it lift you, move you, to the places God's chosen for your purpose. Your heart is a furnace, and God's warning is the fire, forging you into something unbreakable. Like Daniel, who faced lions with unwavering faith, you're being shaped for battles only you can fight. His plea is your call to embrace the fire, to let it refine you, because you're meant to emerge stronger, shining with His glory. Chosen ones, God's warning is a spark, igniting the hidden embers of your destiny. His plea, "Don't walk away again," is a call to fan those embers into a blaze that lights up your path. You've carried dreams that felt too big, hopes that seemed out of reach, but God sees them as kindling, ready to catch fire. This moment is your chance to let His voice fuel your purpose, to step into a life that burns with meaning and impact. Your journey is a tapestry, each thread a moment of struggle or triumph, woven by God's hand. The tears, the doubts, the victories, they're not random. Like Joseph's coat, vibrant with promise, your life is a pattern of divine intention. God's warning is the needle, stitching it all together into something glorious. Don't pull away from the gloom. Trust His design and watch your story become a masterpiece that inspires others. The world will try to drown you in its chaos. Endless tasks, fleeting fears, shallow distractions, but God's warning is an anchor, holding you steady in the storm. Think of Noah, who built an ark amid ridicule, anchored by God's promise. Your faith, your focus, they're your ark. His plea is your reminder to keep building, to stay grounded, because the flood of blessings is coming. You're a beacon, chosen one, radiating light in a world of shadows. God's warning is the power, amplifying your glow to reach those lost in the dark. Like the star that led the Magi to Jesus, your life is a signal, guiding others to hope. His voice is urging you to shine, to stand tall, because someone needs your light to find their way. Don't dim it, let it blaze. God's warning is a key, unlocking the chains of your past. Every mistake, every regret, they're shackles that no longer hold you. Like Peter, freed from prison by an angel's touch, you're being released to run your race. His plea is your signal to step out, to leave the cell of shame behind, and to embrace the freedom of a life lived for His glory. Your heart is a garden, and God's warning is the spring, coaxing new life from what seemed barren. Like Sarah, who bore a child in her old age, you're being called to believe in miracles again. Your dreams, your gifts, they're not dead. His voice is urging you to nurture them, to trust the season, because your garden is about to bloom with abundance. The enemy wants you to feel small, like your story doesn't matter. But God's warning is a crown, declaring your royal calling. Think of David, anointed king, while still a shepherd. Your current place isn't your limit, it's your launching pad. His plea is your call to wear the crown, to step into your authority, because the world needs your voice, your power, your light. You're a river, chosen one, flowing with God's purpose. His warning is the current, guiding you past obstacles. Like the Jordan, where miracles unfolded, your life is ready for divine movement. Don't let fear or doubt block the flow. Trust his voice and let your river run, bringing life to everyone it touches. God's warning is a flame, burning away the lies that hold you back. The enemy whispers that you're not enough, but his voice roars the truth. You're chosen. Like Gideon, called mighty despite his fear. You're stronger than you know. His plea is your signal to stand, to reject the lies, and to embrace the warrior God's shaped you to be. Your life is a symphony, and God's warning is the chord that shifts the melody. Every trial has been a note, every prayer a harmony, building to this moment. Like Miriam, who sang of deliverance, you're being called to lift your voice now, before the victory is seen. Don't wait for the sea to part, sing today, and watch how your worship moves mountains. The world will try to chain you to its limits, lack, stress, conformity, but God's warning is a hammer, shattering those chains. Think of Paul and Silas, singing in prison, their praise breaking open the doors. Your faith, your trust, they're your song. His plea is your reminder to keep singing, to keep believing, because your freedom is closer than you think. You're a seed, planted in the soil of God's eternal plan. His warning is the rain, urging you to break through the hard ground of life. Like the parable of the mustard seed, your faith may seem small, but it's destined to grow mighty. His voice is calling you to push upward, to trust the growth, because your impact will shelter generations. God's warning is a compass, guiding you through the wilderness of doubt. You've felt lost, unsure of your next step, but his voice is your true north. Like Moses, led by a cloud by day, you're being directed to a promised land. Don't wander in fear. Trust the compass and take the path he's lighting for you. Your heart is a furnace, and God's warning is the fire, forging you into something unbreakable. Like Daniel, who faced lions with unwavering faith, you're being shaped for battles only you can fight. His plea is your call to embrace the fire, to let it refine you, because you're meant to emerge shining, a testament to his power. The enemy wants you to believe your story's stuck, that change is impossible, but God's warning is a door swinging open to a new chapter. Like Lazarus, called from the grave, you're being summoned to life. His voice is urging you to shed the grave clothes, fear, shame, doubt, and step into the resurrection waiting for you. You're a lighthouse, chosen one, built to shine in the darkest nights. God's warning is the power, fueling your beam to guide others. Like John the Baptist, preparing the way in the wilderness, your life is a signal, pointing people to hope. His plea is your call to keep shining, to stay steady, because your light will lead someone out of their storm. God's warning is a wind, carrying you to shores you can't yet see. The storms of life may push you off course, but his voice is stronger. Like Philip, carried by the Spirit to share the gospel, you're being moved to divine appointments. Don't resist the wind. Let it lift you, guide you, to the places God's chosen for your purpose. Your life is a tapestry, and God's warning is the thread, weaving your moments into something eternal. Like Ruth, who gleaned in Boaz's field and found redemption, you're being woven into a story of grace. His plea is your reminder to keep walking, to trust the thread, because the picture he's creating will change lives forever. Chosen ones, God's warning is a pulse, thrumming through the depths of your spirit, calling you to awaken to your true calling. His plea, "Don't walk away again," is a rhythm urging you to move in step with his divine plan. You've felt the beat before, those moments when your heart stirred with purpose, only to be silenced by doubt or distraction. Now, God's voice is louder, guiding you to a life that resonates with eternal significance. Your life is a canvas, stretched wide for God's masterpiece. Every brushstroke, your joys, your pains, your quiet victories, has been placed with care. Like the woman who anointed Jesus with costly perfume, your sacrifices are not wasted. They're part of a beautiful offering. God's warning is the color, bringing vibrancy to your story. Don't step back from the canvas. Trust his artistry and let your life become a work that draws others to him. The world will try to pull you into its grind, chaining you to fleeting worries and endless tasks. But God's warning is a key, unlocking your freedom. Think of Paul, who found purpose in a prison cell, writing letters that shaped the world. Your limitations, your struggles, your setbacks are not your story's end. His plea is your signal to rise above, to find purpose in the hard places, because your freedom is already won. You're a flame, chosen one, burning with a light that can't be snuffed out. God's warning is the wind, carrying your glow to places in need of warmth. Like the lamp on the stand Jesus spoke of, your life is meant to shine, not hide. His voice is urging you to burn brightly, to let your light touch those lost in darkness. Don't cover your flame, let it illuminate the world. God's warning is a compass, guiding you through the haze of life's uncertainties. You've wandered, unsure of your direction, but his voice is your true north. Like Abraham, who left his home for a land God promised, you're being led to a place of blessing. Don't cling to the familiar. Trust the compass and step toward the unknown, where your destiny waits. Your heart is a garden, and God's warning is the rain, reviving what's been dry. Like the barren land that bloomed in Isaiah's vision, your life is ready for new growth. Your dreams, your hopes, they're stirring beneath the surface. His plea is your call to tend them, to trust the rain, because your garden will soon overflow with life, blessing everyone around you. The enemy wants you to feel powerless, like your choices don't matter. But God's warning is a scepter, proclaiming your authority. Think of Esther, who spoke boldly to save her people. Your voice, your faith, your actions, they carry weight. His voice is urging you to wield your scepter, to step into your influence, because the world needs your courage to change. You're a river, chosen one, flowing with God's purpose. His warning is the current, pushing you past obstacles. Like the stream in Ezekiel's vision, your life brings healing wherever it goes. Don't let fear or doubt dam your flow. Trust his plea and let your river run, refreshing those who need your touch. God's warning is a spark, reigniting the dreams you've let fade. The enemy wants you to believe they're gone, but his voice says they're alive. Like Joseph, who saw his destiny in a dream long before it came true, you're being called to believe again. His plea is your signal to chase those visions, to trust they're part of his plan because they're closer than you think. The world will try to drown you in noise, stress, drama, demands, but God's warning is a melody, rising above the chaos. Like David, who played his harp to calm Saul's torment, Your faith is a song that soothes and restores. His voice is urging you to play your melody, to let it shift the atmosphere, because your worship will move hearts. You're a warrior, forged in battles you didn't choose. God's warning is your armor, equipping you for victory. Think of Joshua, who marched around Jericho in faith, trusting God's plan. Your battles, fear, lack, rejection, are not your defeat. His plea is your call to keep marching, to trust the strategy, because your walls are about to fall. God's warning is a mirror, reflecting the strength you've overlooked. The enemy wants you to see weakness, but God sees a champion. Like Gideon, called mighty despite his doubts, you're more than you feel. His voice is urging you to look again, to see the power he's placed in you. Don't turn away from the reflection, step into the warrior you are. Your life is a tapestry, woven with threads of grace and grit. God's warning is the needle, stitching your moments into something eternal. Like Ruth, who walked into a new land and found redemption, you're being woven into a story of hope. His plea is your reminder to keep moving, to trust the thread, because the picture will change lives. The enemy wants you to believe you're alone, that no one sees your struggle. But God's warning is a promise. You're never alone. Like Hagar, who found a well in the desert, you're being seen by the God who provides. His voice is calling you to trust the well, to drink deeply, because your provision is already here. You're a seed, planted in the heart of God's plan. His warning is the sunlight, urging you to break through the soil. Like the mustard seed, your faith may seem small, but it's destined to grow mighty. His plea is your call to push upward, to trust the growth, because your impact will shelter those who need it most. God's warning is a wind, carrying you to places you can't yet see. The storms of life may push you off course, but his voice is stronger. Like Paul, shipwrecked yet guided to safety, you're being led to divine destinations. Don't fight the wind. Let it move you, lift you, to the shores God's prepared for you. Your heart is a furnace, and God's warning is the fire, refining you into something unbreakable. Like Daniel, who faced lions with unwavering faith, you're being shaped for battles only you can fight. His plea is your call to embrace the fire, to let it strengthen you, because you're meant to shine with his glory. The world will tempt you to blend in, to quiet your voice, to dim your purpose. But God's warning is a banner, raised high to declare who you are. Like Deborah, who led with boldness, you're being called to stand out. His voice is urging you to wave your banner, to let your life proclaim his truth. Don't lower it, let it soar.